All right, ladies and gentlemen. So you are actually looking at the pitch deck for CREaI, which is a AI technology that we're going to utilize to essentially automate the lending, specifically the commercial lending and equity matchmaking and ultimate transactional process. So CREaI is maximizing equity through AI precision. It transforms commercial real estate with emerging AI solutions. Just give you a little bit of background on this. I actually started this idea and concept primarily out of frustration as a lender and mortgage loan originator. I uncovered a just a myriad of issues with documentation, rote processes, just banging your head against the wall continuously, and not having transparency or any type of integrity into the project or what you were doing. So much so that I was losing so much business that I hired a bunch of virtual assistants to help with that, and that ended up sparking me to start off on a small application, which has led to this technology today. So, essentially, our ultimate goal here is to expedite capital infusion with CREquity.ai, and we want to reduce the lead time to capital and debt and equity by about 60% while removing the barriers of inefficiencies in the commercial real estate lending space. So right here on this slide, you'll see that we identify our focal points and areas of the platform itself, what it's currently doing today, and then more importantly, as it continues to learn and improve some of the things that we'll be featuring as we get ready to roll out and go public. So inefficiencies in the process, it stifles access to capital. These are some things I'm sure you probably have seen or observed or even witnessed yourself or experienced. The lengthy approval times for commercial real estate applications is like eons. You can apply at one point in time, and then you wait 2, 3, 4 weeks to just to know if you got an initial term sheet. Not even closing the loan, just what do the terms look like. Sometimes that process can take 1 to 3 weeks. Limited transparency. Once you send your data information off, you have no idea who is going to, who's underwriting it, what they're saying about it, and the only time they come back to you is either with an approval or denial. And sometimes, or most of the time, you have no idea what that rationale is for either the approval or denial. With our technology, there'll be full transparency because we'll have a single source of truth, and you'll have what we like to call a common operating picture. So you'll be able to look up both vertically and horizontally within the actual lending process and know exactly where you are at any point in time. Transactional costs. As you may imagine, large commercial loans require huge back offices, underwriters, actuaries, accountants, lawyers, and whatever not. And we're not saying that you're not going to need that. You're definitely going to need that to make sure everything's legal, legitimate, and above board. However, what we're saying is with our platform, we're going to automate a lot of those rote processes. I mean, sometimes it could take, 2 to 3 days to get a piece of paper, to get a payoff statement from a bank or a previous lender, or to run someone's credit report. It could take 3 or 4 days or whatever else, just depending on what's going on. With our technology and API linkages and also some of the AI that's running in the background, as that user's profile is built, all those things that are ancillary to the underwriting process are collected in the forefront. So when they actually become applicants and candidates within the lending process, we already have that, and we really can move on to what really matters, which is approval of the loan. Inadequacies in the overall risk assessment. So how do you measure risk? Well, it's a continuous process for us, starting with the actual login registration. The user, will be ran through anti-money laundering and know your customer information, along with, the lenders, the end user client. Everybody will have essentially that sanity background check right there at time of entrance into the platform so that we can assess risk early and often. Slow adaptive to market change. With our technology and machine and deep learning, it's going to continue to evolve. So as technology evolves and as the fintech and overall lending space evolves, we feel as though that with where we're at in the market space, because we're really in an untapped market. I mean, there's really not a competition for what we've built. We feel as though that we're going to be an industry leader and can continue to pace market with the technology we have. Communication gap. So with us, we have a continuous loop of communication. I challenge our folks to have a Kaizen model, which is forever learning and continuous improvement. And that actually, is the backbone of our communication. And then dependency and relationships. So a lot of the lending issues that you have out in the market now are kind of finish to starts or waterfall type of dependencies, meaning that in order for one to begin, the other one has to end. For us, we utilize an agile deployment. So it's done in smaller packages, but it's also done iteratively and continuously. So you don't have to fill out one form in order to get to an answer. There's multiple ways to get that data that we have access that's cross functionally aligned in order for us to provide a timely and accurate solution. So our distinction is we utilize AI automation through deep machine learning. Some of the other features you'll see is our intelligent decision making. We have an AI chatbot called CREAi. CREAi will actually come in and help automate the process and walk you through any issues you may have, and then ultimately present terms in which you can look at and decide on. And they will weigh and provide, insight and industry information as to if this is the best possible terms for you based on your condition. And then we also have a fully autonomous and exclusive experience. So our bot and also our algorithm actually becomes you. We want to know, what your likes, what your dislikes are, and more importantly, how we can service that. Right. So we have that here kind of listed. And then, the solution, AI, CREaI delivers an AI driven platform that transforms the client's capital partner interaction, both enabling exceptional growth and success. So essentially what this is saying that through AI and understanding exactly where you want to be in the market, we're able to provide you a timely service, right? And favorable terms for your lending needs. So in 2024, and I have the case study that's cited below. $38.1 trillion of commercial lending actually took place across the globe. That's a lot, right? So the GDP of America is somewhere in the neighborhood of like 3 to 4 trillion. So we're talking about like nearly 9 to 10 times that volume amount. That's a lot of real estate. Our platform has returned just in initial beta testing and some of our small pilot testing about a 45% increase in efficiency and reduction in latent and rote processes. Now, this number is going to continue to learn and go up. I mean, our current test size is less than 1/10 of 1% of what we feel as though it will actually be a normal sampling once the platform goes live. So this number will definitely increase, won't get any worse based on the algorithm. And then based on our limited deployment, we have about a 97% UI UX or user experience, an actual favorable interaction. So we're targeting a 75% average increase in successful transactions for 2025 through 2026. Again, this number will continue to be in a more favorable light, just based on how much data goes through the model itself as it learns the process and leans itself out. This actually will get as close as possible to 100, which, as you can see, based on our very conservative projections, we're looking at these numbers here. While they look like they're off the charts in comparison to this number here, 38.1 trillion, this is still 1/10 of less than 1/10 of 1% of this number here. So this is definitely realistic. In fact, it's extremely conservative. I would say that we're targeting anywhere from 1 to 3% market share in the first year. Based on automation, our capacity is really going to be limited on the ability of bandwidth and deployment of the actual application. And then here's a testimony from one of our clients or one of our testing partners. And then I also have the case study, which kind of outlines the actual debt structure across the United States. I think last year there was like $1.7 trillion of debt alone that was placed in the United States, but you can read through that case study there. And then this is some of our actual seamless integration. So, like I said, our platform is intended to provide value, and as you can see, there's multiple integrations that we're able to build out for you with custom APIs and things that already exist. And these are like the most relevant uh, integrations that we have thus far, but with our open architecture, we're able to pretty much adapt and integrate with any major platform. And then here you go. This is our contact information right here. If you want to schedule a meeting, we'd love to talk to you about potentially being an investor or, utilizing the platform for your needs. Thanks.